It's the Game of the Week pregame show. Before I start, I'd like to thank the people who've joined my channel and for the feedback that I've received. I'm always trying to improve how I do this, and I appreciate the feedback. And I appreciate the people that are watching these games and hopefully enjoying them. Start off in the National League East. We're going into last night. The Mets and the Cubs were tied for first place. We start off at Wrigley Field yesterday in a rain-shortened 6-inning game. Bill Hands threw a 3-hitter against the Braves, and the Cubs won 1-0. Bill Hands raising his record of 14-4. Then we move in the evening to Shea Stadium, where we'll be later today. As the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are suddenly very hot, coming to New York, where Bill Singer takes on Jerry Koosman, who has been having an injury-riddled season. Koosman has left games 4 times already this season with injuries. And at one point missed over a month because of injuries, and another point missed another 3 weeks. And last night, against Bill Singer, the Mets jump off to a quick lead. In the first inning, with 1 out, Art Shamsky reaches first on Maury Will's error. And then Wayne Garrett followed that up with a 2-run homer down the right field line. That put the Mets up 2-0. And in the bottom of the second, Al Weiss singles, then he steals second, reaches third on the catcher's error. And then Koosman singled, driving him in, raising the Mets' lead to 3-0. Stood at 3-0 until the 4th inning, with 1 out in the top of the 4th. Wes Parker singles, moves a second on a wild pitch, then Ted Sizemore walked. Billy Grabarkowitz doubled, scoring Parker. And then Willie Davis singled, scoring Sizemore. And then Jeff Torborg fly to deep right, sacrificing, scoring Grabarkowitz, tying the game 3-3. And then in the 6th inning with 2 outs, Koosman has to leave with another injury. The Mets make a double shift, bringing in Dave Marshall to play right and Tug McGraw pitching. Willie Davis singles. McGraw balks. Davis moves to second. Jeff Torborg doubled, scoring Davis. That put the Dodgers up 4-3. And that is where it ended. Bill Singer took the win. He's 5-3. He struck out 11. So that leaves the Cubs in first place with the Mets a game out. Move to the American League West, where California is in first place, percentage points ahead of Minnesota. In Minnesota, Twins took on the Orioles. With young phenom Bert Blyleven pitching 7 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs against Tom Phoebus, who went 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, 3 earned. And then Mo Drabowski came in and gave up 4 runs as Minnesota beat Baltimore 8-4. Later that night in California, at Anaheim against Washington, it's the top of the 9th. California is leading 6-5. With Ken Tatum pitching. Tatum is one of the top relievers in the game right now, but he's a little arm weary. And in the top of the 9th, he walked the first 2 batters. Then they got 2 quick outs. And then Del Unser singled, scoring Allen with the tying run. And then Rick Reichert doubled, scoring 2. And Washington comes back and beats California 8-6. And that puts Minnesota in first place in the West now. They're percentage points ahead. Because, let's see, Minnesota's played 91 games. And California's played 97 games. So California has 3 more wins and 3 more losses than Minnesota does. In the AL East, as I mentioned before, Baltimore lost to Minnesota. And the suddenly surging New York Yankees were in Oakland. Where at the end of 9 innings was no score, and Kurt Blefary hit a sacrifice fly in the top of the 10th, and the Yankees end up beating Oakland 1-0. Boston beat Milwaukee 7-4. Reggie Smith got 3 hits. Rico Petrocelli hit a home run. Carmen Fanzone went 2 for 3. And the Yankees and Red Sox are tied for second place. While in Cleveland, the Indians had a doubleheader against Kansas City. Won the first game 3-2. Steve Dunning had to leave the game in the second inning. But Fred Lasher and Phil Hennigan came on, preserved the win. And then in the second game, Rich Hand gave up 4 runs in the first inning. And at the end of six, Kansas City was leading 7-1. But the Indians were able to score 3 runs in the 7th. And another 4 runs in the 8th to go ahead 8-7. And Dennis Higgins came in the 9th and struck out the side. So the Indians ended up coming back to win that second game. And they swept the doubleheader. So they're in 4th place. A game and a half behind both the Yankees and the Red Sox. And in the National League West, St. Louis smacked Cincinnati kind of hard, 12-7. Like Tony Cloninger had a rough start for Cincinnati. In an inning and 2/3, he gave up 7 earned runs. San Francisco in second place wasn't able to capitalize. They were defeated by the Expos 3-1 with the Expos rookie pitcher Carl Morton getting the win. He's 12-9. And he looks like a leading candidate for National League Rookie of the Year. And as I said before, the Dodgers who've won, let's see, 2. They've won 9 of their last 11. They're hot now. It's becoming like 1968 where they were a virtual non-factor in the National League race, and then they suddenly got hot after the All-Star game. It ended up becoming a dark horse pennant contender. Of course, they didn't win the pennant that year, but they picked right up in 1969 and won the pennant. Then they won the first National League Championship Series, and then they ended up eventually winning the World Series. And we will be back shortly at Shea Stadium to see the Los Angeles Dodgers take on the New York Mets. It's the game of the week. We're at Shea Stadium in New York as the Los Angeles Dodgers take on the New York Mets. Last weekend we were at Dodger Stadium as the Mets and Dodgers played, and the Dodgers won that game. After the Dodgers win last night, it dropped the Mets into second place in the NL East. Last season they won the NL East, beating the Cubs by 1 game. And Leo Durocher's been pretty matter of fact this season that the Cubs' main goal this year is beating the Mets. Los Angeles has won 8 of their last 10. Don Sutton starts for Los Angeles. He's made 24 starts and is 10-9 with a 4.29 ERA. This is his 4th start against the Mets. He's 1-2 with a 6.35 ERA against them. He'll be opposed by Jim McAndrew, who's made 17 starts on the year and is 7-8 with an ERA of 3.93. This is his 2nd start against the Dodgers. He's 1-0 with a 3.65 ERA against them. It's 92 degrees. Wind is 14 miles per hour out to right center field, and we have light rain. Starting lineup for the Dodgers will be Maury Wills leading off at shortstop. Batting second is center fielder Willie Davis. Batting third, the left fielder Manny Mota. Batting fourth, the first baseman Wes Parker. Batting fifth, the catcher Tom Haller. Batting sixth, the second baseman Ted Sizemore. Batting seventh, the right fielder Bill Russell. Batting eighth, the third baseman Jim Lefevre. And batting ninth, the pitcher Don Sutton. On defense, the Mets will line up with Art Shamsky at first, Wayne Garrett at second, Bud Harrelson at short, Joe Foy at third, Cleon Jones in left, Tommy Agee in center, Ron Swoboda in right, Jerry Grody catching, and on the mound, Jim McAndrew. Leading off is Maury Wills, hitting .276, no home runs, and 27 runs batted in. It's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fly ball to right. Swoboda is there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Willie Davis, center fielder, sitting .297 with 9 home runs and 35 runs batted in. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball to center. Agee's there, and he has it. 2 outs. Batting third is the left fielder, Manny Mota. He's hitting .312. No home runs and 36 runs batted in. The 0-2 pitch. It's based in a right field. Wayne Garrett tried to make the stop, but couldn't get to it. Runner on first with 2 outs, and here's Wes Parker, hitting .327, 9 home runs and 49 runs batted in. He's hitting .398 in July. Ball 1. High and inside. Ball 2. Ball 3. Hits ground ball to short. Harrelson to second for the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Dodgers nothing, and the Mets coming to bat. And here's the New York Mets starting lineup. Leading off the left fielder, Cleon Jones. Batting second, the first baseman, Art Shamsky. Batting third, the center fielder, Tommy Agee. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Wayne Garrett. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Joe Foy. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Bud Harrelson. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Ron Swoboda. Batting eighth, the catcher, Jerry Grody. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Jim McAndrew. On defense, the Dodgers have Wes Parker at first, Ted Sizemore at second, Maury Wills at short, Jim Lefevre at third, Manny Mota in left, Willie Davis in center, Bill Russell in right, Tom Haller catching, and Don Sutton on the mound. Leading off is Cleon Jones, sitting .310 with 4 home runs and 54 runs batted in. It's 1-1 pitch. It's a liner in the center. Davis dives, and he's got it. 1 out. There's the first baseman, Art Shamsky, hitting .319 with 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch hits a little looper to short. Wills is there, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here is Tommy Agee, center fielder. He's hitting .302 with 9 home runs and 57 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch. It's a base hit in the left field. That's the first hit of the game for the Mets. Here is Wayne Garrett, second baseman. He's hitting .189 with 6 home runs and 35 runs batted in. He's hitting .164 in July. Ball 1. Ball 2. It's a soft grounder to second. Sizemore has it. Throw to first. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 1 left. We played 1 at Shea Stadium. No score. For the Dodgers in the second inning, it will be Haller, Sizemore, and Russell. Tom Haller, the catcher. He's hitting .292 with 10 home runs and 47 runs batted in. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Here is Ted Sizemore, hitting .329, 1 home run and 33 runs batted in. He is 7th in the National League in batting. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Strike three called. Here is Bill Russell, the right fielder, hitting 289. No home runs, 11 runs batted in. I had a message from a viewer that I had the wrong uniform number for Bill Russell. And I looked into it, and apparently the source I was using was incorrect, so I made the change. So I'd like to thank that viewer's notice of that detail. Swing and a miss, strike one. Hits a grounder to short. Harrelson to second for one. And there's no throw to first. 2 outs as Russell takes first on the fielder's choice. Here's Jim Lefevre hitting 255 with 2 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Let me check something real quick. All right. There's pitch, strike. Russell running for second, and he's safe. They didn't have a chance. Get him. That's stolen base number 4 for Bill Russell. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 called. Outside, ball 2. It's a grounder to short. Harrelson to his left. Throw to first. That's 3 outs. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left. Go to the bottom of the second. No score. For the Mets in the second will be Foy, Harrelson, and Swoboda. Here's Joe Foy hitting 212, 4 home runs, and 35 runs batted in. Joe Foy previously played for the Red Sox and the Royals. I remember reading a book about the 1967 pennant race, which Joe Foy was with the Red Sox that year. And there was a quote by him that made me laugh that he'd be out there playing and he'd be looking at people in the stands and he'd be just wondering if these people didn't have anything better to do than to go sit around and watch a bunch of guys play a game of baseball. I don't know why, but that always makes me laugh when I think about it. Foy's hitting 179 in July. 1-2 pitch. Hits fly ball to left. Mota's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Bud Harrelson. Hitting 254, 1 home run, and 38 runs batted in. Harrelson, he was the starting shortstop for the National League All-Star game last week. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Here's Ron Swoboda hitting 241 with 12 home runs and 46 runs batted in. He was 1 for 3 yesterday with a double, and he struck out twice. Svoboda, he's been with the Mets since 1965. Had his best year probably 1967. Hit 297 with 20 home runs. He's a native of Baltimore, Maryland. Strike one at the knees. Too low, ball two. He fouls it back. Heller to the backstop, but it's out of play. Strike three. First strikeout of the game for Sutton. Here is Jerry Grote hitting 221, no home runs and 16 runs batted in. Jerry Grote got his start with the Astros, and then came over to the Mets in 1966. Fouls it back, strike one. That caught the corner. Strike two. Hits a grounder to the pitcher. Sutton has it. Throw to first. And that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left. We played two. No score at Shea Stadium. Same line for both teams. No runs, one hit, no errors. 2 men left. For the Dodgers in the third will be Don Sutton, Maury Wills, and Willie Davis. Here's Don Sutton hitting 161. No home runs and 5 runs batted in. It's a grounder to second. Garrett throw to first. 1 out. Here is Maury Wills, who's 0 for 1 today. He flied out to Swoboda. It's fly ball to center. Agee's there, and he's got it. 2 outs. And here is Willie Davis, who's 0 for 1. He flied the Agee last time up. The 0-2 pitch. It's base hit in right field. That gets to the wall. Swoboda has it. Davis is rounding second. Going for third. Davis dives. He's safe with a triple. That's his 7th triple of the season. Here's Matimoto, who's 1 for 1. He singled in the first inning. Way outside. That's a wild pitch. Gets past Grote, and Davis scores. 1-0 Dodgers. And Mota hits base hit in the right field. Here's Wes Parker, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a fielder's choice the first inning. Too high, ball one. That almost got away from Grote. Just caught the corner. Strike one. It's a liner to third, but Foy leaps and has it. A nice leaping grab by Joe Foy. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third, and it is the Dodgers 1, Mets nothing. For the Mets in the third will be Jim McAndrew, Cleon Jones, and Art Shamsky. McAndrew's hitting 167 with no home runs and 3 runs batted in. He has 6 hits on the season with 1 double. It's fly ball to right. Russell's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Cleon Jones, who's 0 for 1. He lined out to Willie Davis last time up. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Don Sutton. Here's Art Shamsky, who's 0 for 1. Lined out to short last time up. Shamsky's hitting his last 8 games. Fly ball. Right center field. Russell going back. It is gone. Home run for Shamsky. That's his 8th home run and his 3rd against the Dodgers. And the Mets tie the game. It is 1-1. That one's being measured at 430 feet. That would have been out in any ballpark. Here is Tommy Agee, who's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We have played 3 at Shea Stadium, and we are tied 1-1. And let's take a look around the league. Bottom of the 3rd in Cleveland, Royals and Indians are tied 1-1. That is Dave Moorhead, formerly of Boston, pitching for the Royals against Sam McDowell. McDowell's going for his 18th win. The Indians won a doubleheader against Kansas City last night, squeaking out a win in the second game. Bottom of the 3rd at Three Rivers Stadium. Astros and Pirates tied at 1. That is Larry Durker against Luke Walker. And the top of the 3rd at Tiger Stadium, the White Sox lead the Tigers 2-1. That is Magnuson against Mike Kilkenny. For the Dodgers in the 4th, it will be Haller, Sizemore, and Russell. Tom Haller, he walked in the second inning. It's the 2-1 pitch. It's pop up. Third base side, Foy after it. That's out of play. Strike 1. Or strike 2, rather, I'm sorry. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Here's Ted Sizemore. He's 0 for 1. He struck out last time up. The 0-2 pitch. Hits grounder up the middle. Garrett to his right has it. The first 2 outs. And here's Bill Russell, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a force out last time up. The 1-1 pitch. Pops it up. Harrelson takes charge, and he's got it. Nothing across in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Los Angeles 1, New York 1. Dodgers scored a run on a wild pitch in the 3rd inning. Then in the bottom of the 3rd, the Mets responded with a solo home run by Art Shamsky. For the Mets in the 4th, it will be Garrett, Foy, and Harrelson. Garrett's 0 for 1. He grounded out last time up. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Pops it up. Lefevre calls for it, and he's got it. 1 out. here's Joe Foy. He's 0 for 1. He flied the deep left last time up. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball. Right field. Russell to the wall. Back. It's gone. Home run. Home run number 5 for Joe Foy. Unlike Shamsky's home run, that one barely made it out. Russell looked like he was going to try to play it off the wall, but it's gone. Mets take a 2-1 lead. Here's Bud Harrelson. He walked last time up. The 0-2 pitch. It's a liner to short. Wills has it. That's 2 outs. And here's Swoboda, 0 for 1. He struck out last time up. Fly ball to left. Mota's there, and he's got it. But they get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We played 4 in New York. It's the Mets 2 and the Dodgers 1. For the Dodgers in the 5th, it will be Lefevre, Sutton, and Wills. Jim Lefevre's 0 for 1. He grounded out last time up. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's fly ball to center. Agey's there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here is Don Sutton. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out last time up. The 1-0 pitch. He hits a base hit in the left field. Sutton came up lame at first. They're out there checking him out. And he's staying in the game. Harrelson made a good try for that grounder, but wasn't able to get at it. Dodgers have 1 out, runner on first, and here is Maury Wills, who's 0 for 2. Davis is on deck. Hits a fly ball in the right field. Swoboda is there, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here is Willie Davis. He is 1 for 2. He tripled in the 3rd and then scored on a wild pitch. It's a grounder. Up the middle. Garrett to his right. Backhands it. Fires the first. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is New York 2, Los Angeles 1, and we have an official game. In the bottom of the 5th, it will be Jerry Grote, McAndrew, and Cleon Jones. Jerry Grote is 0 for 1. He grounded to the pitcher last time up. 2-0 pitch. It's a base hit in the center field. Here is Jim McAndrew, who's 0 for 1. Flied out his last time up. McAndrew's an excellent bunter. Infield in at the corners are playing for the bunt. Puts it down. Haller has it. Throw to second. To first. Double play. A 1-6-4 double play. Or excuse me, 2-6-4. Haller to Wills to Sizemore, covering first. Here is Cleon Jones, who's 0 for 2. The 2-1 pitch. It's a blooper in right field, base hit. Russell bobbles it. And Jones will take second. That is the 5th hit for New York and the first error for the Dodgers. Second inning in Minnesota, the Orioles lead the Twins 1-0. Twins moved into first place last night in the AL West. And the Orioles are trying to hold off the Yankees, Red Sox, and Indians in the East. Here's Art Shamsky, who's 1 for 2. He hit a solo home run in the third. He blasted that one. Swing and a miss, strike one. It's a grounder to first. Parker underhands to Sutton. 3 outs. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. At the end of 5, it is Mets 2, Dodgers 1. 5th inning in Cleveland, the Indians lead the Royals 3-2. Here's Manny Mota. He is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Both in right field, almost the exact same spot. It will be Mota, Parker, and Haller in the 6th inning for the Dodgers. 1-0 pitch. It's grounder to third. Foy is up with it. To first, 1 out. Here's Wes Parker, who's 0 for 2. The 0-2 pitch. It's a slow roller to second. Garrett, throw to first. 2 outs. Here is Tom Haller. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. The 2-1 pitch. It's fly ball to right. Swoboda's there, and he's got it. Nothing across in the top of the 6th. We have played 5.5 at Shea Stadium. It is the Mets 2, the Dodgers 1. 3rd inning at Wrigley Field, the Braves lead the Cubs 2-0. It's been announced that the Cubs have put Ernie Banks on the disabled list. Banks has hardly been used this year, mainly as a pinch hitter. And there's some concern in Chicago that this may be the end of Ernie Banks' storied career. For the Mets in the bottom of the 6th will be Tommy Agee, Wayne Garrett, and Joe Foy. Agee's 1 for 2. He singled in the first. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Sutton, and that is second strikeout today for Agee. Here's Wayne Garrett, who's 0 for 2. 2-0 pitch. Pops it up. Will's calling everybody off, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here is Joe Foy. He's 1 for 2. He hit a home run in the 4th that just barely cleared the wall. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's fly ball, right field. Russell's there, and he's got it at the track. Nothing across in the bottom of the 6th. Played 6 here at Shea, and it's 2-1 Mets. For the Dodgers in the 7th, it will be Sizemore, Russell, and Lefevre. Sizemore is 0 for 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's grounder to short. Harrelson bobbles it. And Sizemore is safe. That's error number 12 on the season for Bud Harrelson. Here is Bill Russell, who's 0 for 2. Grounded into a force play and popped to the shortstop. Strike one called. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Fly ball down the left field line, but that is foul. Ball one. It's a hard grounder to short. Harrelson to second. And there's no throw to first. So 1 out, Russell on first. Here's Jim Lefevre, who's 0 for 2. That caught the corner. Strike one. Ball one. Lefevre has a 7-game hitting streak. It's fly ball, left field, down the line. Jones dives and he makes a catch in the corner. And Russell has to go back to first. 2 outs. And here is Don Sutton, who is 1 for 2. He singled last time up. Ball one. Strike one. It's a liner right back to the pitcher, and McAndrew has it. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Mets 2, Dodgers 1. And let's take a look around the league again. Top of the 8th in Cleveland, the Indians lead the Royals 4-2. Still Moorhead against McDowell. Duke Sims of Cleveland is 3 for 3. Bottom of the 7th in Pittsburgh. Astros and Pirates tied at 2. Al Oliver hit his 5th home run. Larry Dierker and Luke Walker still pitching. Bottom of the 7th in Detroit. The White Sox lead the Tigers 6-1. Louis Aparicio, the ageless wonder, is 3 for 4 for the White Sox. And the top of the 5th in Minnesota. Orioles lead the Twins 2-0. That is Mike Cuellar against Jim Kaat. And the top of the 5th at Wrigley Field, the Braves lead the Cubs 2-1. John Callison of the Cubs hit his 15th home run. That's Pat Jarvis against Milt Pappas. I had a hard time deciding between whether to have the Orioles-Twins game, Braves-Cubs game, or Dodgers-Mets game as the game of the week this week. So I hope you're enjoying this pitcher's duel, and that I hope you think I made the right choice for the game. Bottom of the 7th for the Mets will be Bud Harrelson, Ron Swoboda, and Jerry Grote. Swoboda's 0 for 1. He had a walk today. 2-1 pitch. It's grounder to second. Sizemore up with it. To first. 1 out. And here is Ron Swoboda. It was 0 for 2. Struck out and flied out to deep left. The 3-1 pitch. It's a grounder to short. Wills. Throw to first. Bang, bang, play. And he's out. And Swoboda comes up lame. They are walking him back to the dugout. And it looks like he may be going back into the clubhouse. He may be done for the day. Here is Jerry Grote, who's 1 for 2. He singled last time up. The 2-0 pitch. Hits a grounder to first. Wes Parker, he'll take it himself. 3 outs. Nothing across for the Mets in the bottom of the 7th. We have played 7, and it is the Mets 2, Dodgers 1. Coming into play first for the Mets is Mike Jorgensen. Jorgensen got into 3 games in 1968 as a pinch hitter. So this is his rookie year. Looks like he's having a decent rookie year. For the Mets, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They've left 3. The Dodgers, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. They've left 5. Los Angeles scored in the 3rd when Willie Davis tripled and then scored on a wild pitch. Then in the bottom of the 3rd, Art Shamsky hit a solo home run. And in the bottom of the 4th, Joe Foy hit a solo home run. And that is all the scoring we've had. 8th inning in Cleveland, Indians still lead the Royals 4-2. In the 8th for the Dodgers will be Maury Wills, Willie Davis, and Manny Mota. Maury Wills is 0 for 3. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's a liner up the middle, base hit. Maury Wills, he is, let me see, 38 years old, but he is still a danger on the base paths. He has 487 career stolen bases. He stole 108 bases back in 1965. Back in 1962, he stole 87. They thought, man, probably never get it even close to that again. And he fooled them in 65. Wills was the Rookie of the Year in 1959. He was an All-Star Game MVP in 1962 in the second All-Star Game that year. And he was the World Series MVP in 1968 for the Pirates and the World Series MVP last year for the Dodgers. Wills has played on 5 World Series teams. And without looking it up, I believe that they won. He was on the World Series winner 4 times. World Series with the Dodgers in 59, 64, 66, and 69. The Pirates in 68. I believe the only World Series losing team he was on was 64. I think the Twins beat the... I don't remember. I'd have to look it up, and I can't right now. Or no, actually, I can't look it up. Yeah, the Los Angeles Dodgers won the World Series in 59, lost the World Series in 64, won in 66, and won in 69. I don't offhand remember who they lost to in 64. Davis hits grounder to first. Jorgensen, he'll take it himself. Throws to second. But Wills got back to the bag in time. 1 out, runner on second. Here is Manny Mota, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. Wills on second, representing the tying run. That caught the black. Strike one. Fouls it back. Strike two. Ball one. Up and in. Ball two. Strike three. Caught the corner. He's called out on strikes. That's strikeout number 3 for McAndrew. That's a big out for the Mets. 2 away, and here is Wes Parker, who's over 3. Ground into a force out, line to third, and ground into second. Caught the inside part of the plate. Strike one. Low and outside. Ball one. Caught the corner. Strike two. Just off the ground. Strike ball two. High. Ball three. Full count. 2 outs. Runner on second. The payoff pitch. Strike three. Just below the belt. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Dodgers leave 1 man in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is the Mets 2, the Dodgers 1. It'll be McAndrew, Jones, and Jorgensen for the Mets in the bottom of the 8th. McAndrew is 0 for 2. The 2-1 pitch. Hits a grounder to first. Parker, he'll take it himself. 1 out. Here's Cleon Jones, who's 1 for 3. He singled last time up and took second on an error. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball center field. Davis going back. Back. It's gone. Home run. Number 5 for Cleon Jones. That is the 3rd home run of the game for the Mets. 3 solo home runs, and they lead 3-1. And Jose Pena is getting up to warm up in the Dodgers bullpen. Here is Mike Jorgensen. This is first at bat. He took over for the injured Art Shamsky. He's hitting .237 with 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. And he swings and misses. Strike 3. 2 outs. And here is Tommy Agee, who is 1 for 3. He singled in the first. 3-0 pitch. Hits a grounder up the middle. Wills to his left. Has it. Throws it first. 3 outs. But the Dodgers get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We go to the 9th inning. Mets 3, Dodgers 1. They're cheering Cleon Jones out in left field for that insurance run he provided for the Mets. For the Dodgers in the 9th, it will be Haller, Sizemore, and Russell. Haller is 0 for 2 with a walk today. The 1-2 pitch. Hits a fly ball in the right field. Marshall's there. And he's got it. 1 out. Marshall had moved into right field, taking over for Ron Swoboda. Here is Ted Sizemore, who's 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out, and was safe on an error. The 1-1 pitch. It's a fly ball to center. Agee has it measured. 2 outs. And the Dodgers are down to their last out. Here is Bill Russell, who's 0 for 3. He hit into 2 fielder's choices and popped out. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that ball game is over. Nothing across for the Dodgers in the ninth. And the Mets win it 3-1. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Mets, while the Dodgers have 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. Jim McAndrew takes the win. He is 8-8. Pitched himself a good game today. 9 innings pitched. He gave up 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 1 and he struck out 5. Don Sutton gets the loss. He is 10-10. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 3 of those 6 hits were solo home runs. He walked 1. He struck out 5. Mets had solo home runs from Art Shamsky, Joe Foy, and Cleon Jones. Getting a report from the Mets clubhouse, they expect Ron Swoboda to be out for about a week. Dodgers left 6 men on base, and the Mets left 3. Jim McAndrew has been named the star of the game. Game took 2 hours and 6 minutes, and once again, the final score, the New York Mets 3, Los Angeles Dodgers 1. Hope you enjoyed this excellent pitchers duel, and thank you for watching. I just want to check something out here. Game of the week next week will be on August 1st. We'll be hitting. And it looks like the game of the week next week will probably be the Chicago Cubs traveling to Riverfront Stadium to play the Cincinnati Reds. Once again, the final score today, Mets 3 and the Dodgers 1. Hope you enjoyed the game, and thank you for watching.